Hello, everyone, and welcome to my slideshow about the societal impacts of music and DVDs and how they've affected society through the years. So, my presentation by Jonathan Mock, which is me, will focus on the social and technological impacts that DVDs and music, specifically CDs and streaming, have had on this world and all the people in general. So first, the DVD versus the VHS impact. It all began in the early 1980s. The VHS industry capitalized on what we now call the home video industry. It gave films a second life as they were able to be taken back home and viewed for the first time ever. There was only one problem, though. The expense was great at first until the market began to equalize. The initial reaction from the film industry and the economy was a frightened one, as they really tried to grasp the new concept and adapt to the new markets. Still, the VHS only paved the way for the DVD. In the year 1997, DVDs were released in stores. This was a huge step as it provided more compact storage, a single loop of film instead of having to rewind after every viewing, sharper image, and actually an overall more affordable viewing experience. The DVDs quickly surpassed the VHS markets and grew to produce Blu-ray and now online streaming. It's interesting to see how society and the industry reacted to VHS versus DVD. DVD actually makes up the cinema industry's biggest revenue, and now with online streaming, it has begun to decline. There is a pattern to social impacts of technology. When first released, it is shocking and exciting, but as new and updated versions come out, they are accepted without thought. This whole article about the DVD versus VHS impact and actually more on different technologies and how they compare to each other can be found at sailor.org.github, and it's an excellent online textbook. I'd recommend it for anyone to go and read. Next, CDs. So when the CD was first released, it was incredibly successful. They were light, durable, long-lasting, and incredible quality for the time. The CD was the very beginning of the digital era. As computers and MP3s started gaining popularity in the 1990s, the CD began to meet its doom as people began to download its contents to the internet. So despite all of the CDs continue to sell because there was no way of storing music on anything else at that time, record companies assumed that the CDs would remain the superior form of digital storage and that counterfeiting them would be impossible. Even though nowadays sales are constantly declining, people still own and purchase CDs and DVDs. It's just one of those things that will stick around. Compact discs still made a significant impact on society and began a digital world leading to new technology. Although the CD took us forward in technology, there are many negative impacts from its creation. CDs and DVDs are both made from harmful materials such as polycarbonate plastic, petroleum-based lacquer, aluminum, and other metals. It's when these materials release chemicals that can cause numerous environmental and health problems when manufactured or destroyed. An environmental protection agency actually surveyed and reports that 100,000 pounds of CDs become outdated, useless, or unwanted every month in the United States. Can you imagine that? 100,000 pounds of just terrible materials into the environment every single month. The digital streaming universe is actually taking over, but they're still manufacturing of CDs due to the big profit margin. It's a prime example of large corporations that will just do anything for profit. It's important to see that technology really has both negative and positive impacts, even when it's hard to find at first. A great site online, social impacts of CDs.weebly.com. Really great information on the history of CDs, but also the impacts they're making right now. DVD and CD rental. So beginning with companies like Redbox and Netflix, the DVD, CD, and gaming industries were once again revolutionized. This went from like $20 to $1 for just the night. It allowed people to view in the peace of their own homes at such a low cost without investment. This cut costs people would spend on DVDs or albums that they just wanted to try out. So why go buy the whole thing when you can just rent it? Then if you really like it, sure, go buy it. It was so interesting to learn that Redbox, it started with 12 kiosks in 2004 and now processes about 80 transactions a second on Friday nights. The film industry and business is changing because of the so-called threat DVD rentals are posing to sales. Because of this, rental companies and studios are literally at war with each other, each trying to find loopholes to sue and prosecute the other. The social impacts are very apparent. New technology can and will most likely cause unrest. It's when society falls into a trend of doing things that new technology seems the most shocking. And so this article was found at the NewYorkTimes.com mobile/Redbox. Excellent article, would definitely recommend it. So in conclusion, I think DVDs and music really have had these three following impacts on society. They helped people to expect and adopt new technology easier and quicker. It also helped them come to realization that even cutting edge technology comes with a price somewhere along the line, and that new technology can cause civil unrest because it disrupts the current trends and systems. So to finish up a Q&A, how many transactions does Redbox process each second? And what era did the invention of the CD bring? Both answers, 80 per second and the digital era. So that's the end of my slideshow. Thanks so much for watching.